Then let's start with the Air Transport Awards ceremony 2024. As you know, our strategy as ATN and as the Air Transport Awards is to recognize the personalities, but also the organization, the companies that really contributed all these years. We started back in 2012. We continue to do these awards, and we didn't even stop during COVID time. Some of you that were brave enough to be here, Peter, as I can see, you know, some other also that were here. Then really, it's important. Even at that time, well, of course, we needed to change the setting about how we do the process because it was completely different. There was no traffic result, there was no financial result, and we needed to invent a little bit. Then, for those that you don't know, the awards, it's in 3 categories: the Air Transport News Awards, then we have the Corporate Awards, and finally we have the people that we're recognized, because I always say that if we have this business thanks to Wright brothers, like these two crazy people that succeed to fly, then the people is make this industry big, then this is quite important to be recognized. And you know, we have also some people that got in personal award in the past. Peter Elvis was Leader of the Year a couple of years ago. Then I will ask my good friend and colleague Alexis Mara, and I need an applause on him because he has his name day, and we celebrate that today. It's important day to spend that with us. Then Alexis, please.
The first award is an individual award, but we regret to inform you that Mr. Serkan Kaptan was unable to attend this event here tonight. He has, however, requested that I convey to all of you witnesses to accept this award and share with you the following message. Aviation industry had a remarkable recovery in 2023 with global traffic nearing pre-pandemic levels. This achievement is even more important considering the prevailing difficulties, including high inflation and ongoing geopolitical tensions. As DAV Airports, we managed to welcome 96 million passengers out of our airports in 8 countries, surpassing pre-pandemic levels by a considerable margin. It was mainly due to a trust the future of industry as we keep investing in aviation amid the worst crisis in the history. Together with industry stakeholders, we contribute to the development of regions, laying the foundation of a better life of communities. Although risks persist, I am considering that aviation will continue to create value for all its stakeholders. I'm honored to receive the ATN Individual Award this year, and I take it an appreciation for the incredible work to DAV Airports employees around the globe. The second award is an International Organization Award. The Airport Services Association is a non-profit trade association with objective to represent the interests of over 70 ground handling, cargo and other aviation services providers worldwide. Through advocacy, networking events and conferences, ASA facilitates dialogue and cooperation and aims to address industry challenges, share best practices and promote sustainable growth and efficiency in aviation services. Founded exactly 50 years ago in 1974 under a different moniker named as IATA, Independent Aviation Holders Association. ASA is the international voice and body of the distinctive sector of aviation ground services, connected it with aviation authorities and other key aviation industry bodies.
Fabio Gamba is here to accept the award.
Well, thank you very much for this, everyone. Apologies for arriving just at the right moment.
No, you're right. I apologize to be on time.
I had to calculate really, exactly at the top of the points, estimate the time of arrival when I should be entering this very home. Also very, very, much appreciated on behalf of the small but growing team of ASA. ASA stands for, as you probably already know, Port Services Association. We mentioned the fact that it's turning actually 50 this year. I don't really know exactly when, it doesn't really matter, but it was born in 1974 under a different name. And I think it is a good moment for Groningen because after COVID and after the fact that for so long it was just the prolongation of a natural prolongation, if you will, of whatever the airports are doing or whatever the airlines are doing. I think it's been recognized gradually as a third angle of a tripod or a triangle. And I think now you can start seeing the emergence of a number of relatively big names out there with European or international champions. I won't make any names because they're all members of ASA and I don't want to privilege one over the other. But it's really an honor for me, and I don't want to bore you too long with my speech. It's really an honor for me on behalf of ASA to accept this token of recognition and gratitude, and I'm really thankful for this. Thank you very much.
I didn't know they have the same age like I have. I know when I'm turning 50. Okay, then we move to the second group of the award, and it's a corporate award, and the first is the Alliance of the Year, and this year winner is SkyTeam. For SkyTeam, commitment to delivering and more integrated customer experience throughout digital technology that makes travel more seamless, and initiates such as the Sustainable Flight Challenge, as Evgenia had mentioned in her participating in the panel, which is uniting airlines in finding new ways to reduce their travel environmental impact. Evgenia, please.
Thank you. Yeah, just a few words. On behalf of the Alliance and our CEO Patrick, I'd like to thank everybody for recognizing the effort that SkyTeam is putting in the customer experience, into sustainability, and other very important domains. And personally, on my behalf, myself, I would like to say that my Alliance heart is singing today, because all I hear today is a lot of the discussion that we're having today is about alignment, about cooperation, it's about finding each other and improving or making the improvements that we need to make sure that aviation flourishes and that we are set for success for 2025, for 2030 and for 2050. So thank you very much for bringing us all together, and I wish everyone a good evening.
And that is what Evgenia said, that we need to be united and work together. Well, there are differences between us, but always there, we have to find a common ground to work together. Then we move to the second award of this category. It is the Manufacturer of the Year, and this year the winner is Embraer. Embraer demonstrated resilience with a backlog which surpasses pre-pandemic levels and more than doubling the deliveries of E2s. These milestones are a testament for strength and synergies in all the division: commercial aviation, defense, executive jet, services, eVTOL that Arjan mentioned earlier. And then together, with all the with the industry and the other stakeholders that can really improve our industry, as Evgenia mentioned. Arjan, please, to accept the award. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, first of all, thank you ATN, Hermes, the sponsors, but also of course the Atro family for hosting us here. It's a beautiful place. I'm very honored to be the one receiving the award on behalf of Embraer. I believe it's 5 years ago since you last awarded one of the OEMs, so that's a true honor. I think we went through a difficult phase as Embraer, first I mentioned that before, through the Boeing merger, which then failed, then to COVID. Before we went into that discussion, we said we need to be with a bigger partner. I believe time has caught up with us. Embraer is very strong at the moment. We have a very strong defense arm, a very strong executive arm, and you mentioned several elements from commercial aviation. We're very confidently looking forward. So on behalf of all the colleagues at Embraer, thank you very much for the award. There's a lot of work that went into this over the last couple of years. We're back to pre-COVID revenue levels, as you mentioned, and we're very pleased on receiving this award. Thank you very much.
Then we move to the Airport of the Year. Then the winner in the third year in a row at EGA Istanbul Airport. And all this year, despite the challenges faced in aviation, have proven to be resilient, a leader in innovation, increase its passenger numbers, and also airline portfolio, not only focus on the home carrier Turkish, but also bring even Wizz Air and other airlines. As also you mentioned about Thai recently. And also the new route that connect Turkish with Melbourne, first, from Europe, one of the first in Europe. Also EGA Istanbul continue to address the need for trained and qualified human research in aviation. Very recently you move over this direction, and that's also the human capital. Peter said every day it's 2,000 trainees, then it's important to focus on this direction. And then Selahattin, I would like to invite you to accept the award on behalf of the guys.
I guess we need to sit here. Please. Actually, I would like to sincerely thank Kostas for this organization. And as during my speech I try to highlight, I am a person who really believes in the need and benefit of cooperation and more communication within the sector. And Costa, I was previously working as the CFO of Istanbul Airport for 6 years, but had recently, for the last 6 months, I had the chance to go into the dialogue in the industry leaders, and have seen that it's really like a family. During our Roots event in Istanbul, I also realized that the people are different than other sectors, so I felt really happy, and also it had saw the importance of these kind of events. And Istanbul Airport has grown its passenger number more than 20% last year, which put us over 18% of the pre-pandemic levels. As I mentioned, we were able to break records on the daily air traffic movement, daily passenger number of Europe last year. So 2023 was a successful year for us, but that was not just the numbers. We know the importance of the human capital, we know the importance of the use of technology and improvement of passenger experience. We have invested a lot on those, but we will continue to do so in the future as well. So these types of awards give us more motivation for the next steps. So thank you very much for that. Really honored to be a part of this.
And we move to the last award of this category, that is the Airline of the Year. And the winner for this year is Indigo. Last year, as Peter mentioned it earlier, made the record order of 500 A320 family aircraft. Well, as also he said, that there is based on the more than 100 aircraft fleet. It has the youngest fleet, then it's also environmental friendly with less CO2 emissions. And also in total, with the Airbus, Indigo have more than 1,330, if I'm not mistaken, Peter, aircraft. Then it will be positioned in the world's biggest A320 family customer. And I would like to invite Peter to accept the award on behalf of Indigo.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kostas. Thanks very much for organizing this. Thanks for the recognition, and thanks again, and I'll say it again, thanks to you and Evgenia for your wonderful and warm hospitality here. I think this is the only airline conference taking place in the living room. And I guess that's what makes it one of the best events in the industry. Because the attendees are sort of limited to the size of the room, and every year you make sure that we have a... It's like planes, they grow bigger and bigger all the time. And as I can see tonight, you have a 100% load factor, which from an airline perspective we love to see. I think this is the first time, Costa, that an Indian airline gets recognition as the Airline of the Year, which I would say speaks to the potential of India, the growth of India itself. As I shared in the panel, I think that's really where gravity is moving east, and more planes are not only coming, but also more and more connections and connectivity will be coming in. And I think it's a wonderful example how aviation can help societies to move forward, and we continue to make our contribution in that. I think that's something which also should resonate well in some of the international forums and international expositions. And Istanbul is a great example of how a big airport has created a lot of spin-off and I would say a role model for the industry. In India we have a bit smaller airports than Istanbul itself, yet we have the ambition to compete a little bit with you over time, and we will do. So thank you once again, Kostas, for the organization, for the wonderful hospitality and welcoming, and I dedicate this beautiful award to my 35,000 Indigo colleagues who take care of 300,000 customers a day and making sure that we keep serving the nation and keep flying with them. Thank you so much.
Then we move to the last two awards, that is the personal awards, and especially the first, they have a sentimental relation with my family, as they carry the name of my late parents. And from last year, we took this decision in the family, together with Evgenia, that this award will be presented by our sons, because we want the Lifetime Award. It's as important as the Leader of the Year, because we recognize the personality that really made the change aviation, help aviation. And if you go in the website, then you will see all the previous winners are recognized globally, and today is also one case, and I would like to invite our sons Yorgos and Yannis here through to present the award.
Good evening. We would like to present the 2024 Katerina and Georgia True Lifetime Achievement Award that carries the name of our late grandparents. The winner of this year is Nicholas Kali, President and Chief Executive Officer of Airlines for America, a trade association for the country's leading airlines, whose members and affiliates transport more than 90% of all U.S. airline passenger and cargo traffic.
Mr. Kallio leads the organization which advocates for America's airlines as models of safety, customer service, and environmental responsibility, and as the indispensable network that drives more than $1 trillion in U.S. economic activity and nearly 10 million U.S. jobs. Prior to joining A4A in January 2011, Mr. Kallio was Citigroup's Executive Vice President for Global Government Affairs and a member of its senior leadership committee. He was responsible for the company's government affairs globally, including U.S. federal government relations, U.S. state government relations, and international government relations. Before joining Citigroup, Mr. Kallio served as assistant to the President for Legislative Affairs for President George W. Bush and President George H.W. Bush, with primary responsibility for formulating and implementing White House legislative strategy. In 1993, Mr. Kallio co-founded O'Brien Kallio, a law and lobbying firm rated by Fortune magazine survey as one of the 10 most powerful in Washington. Please welcome Mr. Kallio.
George and Yanis, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. I want to also thank Kostas and Evgenia for both your leadership and your consistent hospitality over the years. This is a very good event and one we like because it's great for the networking. I'd also like to recognize my wife Lydia, who's here, and my colleagues Patricia Riccelli and Keith Glatz. As we all know, any award like this is a collective award. It's recognition of the work that my staff does every day. I think they are the best in the business. They do a really good job of making me look good. It's also a reflection of our members in the industry. We have a really, really great industry. Every day is a challenge. Every day requires change. And it's something that we do very well at. The pandemic proved that. We are very resilient. It's not an easy industry, but it is among the best in the world. If you look at what we do every single day, you know, in the United States alone, 27,000 flights, 2.5 to 2.8 million passengers, 58,000 tons of cargo. It is a logistical miracle. And aviation is a miracle. The fact that we could be in Dublin yesterday, here today, and then back in the States on Tuesday, unfortunately. This is very much appreciated. And look, I think that Airbase does a lot of good work. I think the work that it does the best is to bring all of us together so we can talk and communicate and discuss the issues that we need to discuss about cooperation and collaboration. So thank you very much. I'm very touched by this award.
Thank you, Nick, and thank all of you so far with so kind words. But you know, that's why we bring this family atmosphere, because you know it's the way to communicate and network. And then, well, as Peter said, there is no more space. We are 100% not factory. Then we cannot expand, unfortunately. Then we keep the quality, although we say not the quantity. Then we go to the last award of this year ceremony. Then it's the Leader of the Year award, and this year winner is David Tizio, Dr. David Tizio, the CEO of Cluj International Airport. Since November '95, David Tizio was served as the CEO of Cluj Napoca International Airport. David worked to turn the airport into one of Romania's busiest regional airports throughout his 28-year tenure. Starting, and keep this number, from a humble 32,000 passengers per year in '96 to currently 3.2 million passengers per year, the airport ranks at the second largest in the nation. He graduated the Faculty for Aerospace Engineering of the Polytechnic University of Bucharest in '91 and holds a PhD in airport management from Technical University of Cluj-Napoca in Romania, and have two MBAs from Open University, Milton Keynes in UK, and John Molson School of Business, Concordia University in Montreal. In 2009, David obtained the status of International Airport Professional Accreditation that was led by Angela many years, the AMPA program that is between airport executives, for airport executives between ICAO and ACI. Because of his extensive professional background, he has been invited to lecture at Babet Amboliai University in Cluj-Napoca since 2016. He also frequently speaks as a guest speaker at international aviation events and at numerous scientific gatherings hosted by Cluj academic community. Other faction of David is that he's president of the Romanian Airport Association since 1999, member of ACI Europe board from 2011 till 2017, and from 2018 till now. Regional advisor to ACI World Governing Board in 1921, vice president of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Cluj County since 2011. He was born on the 1st of January 1967 in Romania. David is married with Georgiana, that is here with us tonight, and have two children, Ioana and Andrei. Please welcome David.
Thank you very much, Kostas. Thank you very much to Air Transport Organization and everybody involved in organizing this event. I am honored and humbled to have received this award, especially when we see the previous who were awarded prestigious personalities in aviation. It was a long journey. 20 years ago we had only 32,000 passengers and we had only dreams. We managed last year to have more than 3 million. It was a lot of work and I dedicate this award to my colleagues at the airport, our stakeholders and all the friends in aviation. We could develop this airport only working very closely with the other international airports and international friends. We were only a domestic airport and learning from European airport directors, from ACI Europe, from ACI World, it was very useful and made this development possible. Thank you very much. I'm very honored and thank you to Air Transport Organization.